There's trouble in paradise. A piece of news I never ever thought one day I would have to make a video reacting to. If you're new, make sure to like, make sure to subscribe. Simone Inzaghi potentially could be leaving Inter. You heard it right. Simone Inzaghi, one of the best managers in the world, a manager that's currently in the Champions League final, a manager that's reached 2 Champions League finals in the past 3 years, a manager that's won a Scudetto, a manager that's won a Coppa Italia, a manager that's competed for league titles and fallen short by 1 point. Simone Inzaghi potentially could be leaving Inter for Al-Hilal in Saudi Arabia. Now, what do I make of it? What do you guys make of it? I feel like this is like a bombshell piece of news that's come out of nowhere, and I think it's come at the worst time in preparation for a Champions League final. And maybe, just maybe, it came about as soon as Inter didn't win the Scudetto. There's uncertainty, there's unrest, there's a breakdown in communication. There's a coach that has different ambitions and different goals for Inter, but these ambitions and these goals can't really be fulfilled because of Inter's limitations financially. But top coaches are always in demand. Now let's just familiarize ourselves with what Beppe Marotta had to say. Inzaghi said that if the conditions are right, we will continue to work together. It's a fair statement to make. It's right to want to hear certain things from the club. We're ready to talk. Our relationship is excellent. The cycle is not over. Now, of course, Beppe Marotta will come out, squash the rumours and say, listen, we're here to talk. We're here to negotiate. We are here to please our best of manager. Because let's be real, when you've got an asset which is performing and doing well, you do your best to retain it. You do your best to maintain a healthy relationship. And you do your best to build an environment for this asset to continue to grow, to continue to fulfill its ambitions. Simone Inzaghi is one of the best coaches in the world, and that is a fact across Europe. Simone Inzaghi is a manager that is in demand across Europe. And Simone Inzaghi, at the moment at Inter, is in a period where, in my opinion, with financial backing, he can monopolize the Serie A, in my opinion. When you look at the rivals, like, when you look at it, every single rival of Inter is going through a massive rebuild this summer. Napoli, we don't know what's going on with Antonio Conte. If he was to leave, new coach, new philosophy, new team, new identity. How long will that take? We don't know. Juventus, new coach, new system, new philosophy. Rebuild, how long will that take? We don't know. Milan, new coach, new identity, new philosophy. This is a period where Inter, if they move correctly and they recruit correctly and they spend money in the right areas, if they get that capital investment, which I feel like they're dying out for, they can monopolize the league. They can take control of the Serie A for the next few years up until their rivals reach a stage where they can compete. But Simone Inzaghi had this to say. There are requests from Italy, from Saudi as well. But it'd be crazy to think about it with a final to play on Saturday. I'll meet Inter's management after the final, and if there are the right conditions, we will continue together. Now, he said, if there are the right conditions. If. So he knows. If what I want isn't given to me, if what I ask for isn't granted, if we don't see eye to eye, I will leave. Now, why would he leave? What's on offer? Al-Hilal, the biggest footballing project in the world. Now, Saudi Arabia football, it's on the rise. The Saudi Pro League, they are looking like, let's be real, guys. The finances are there. The resources are there. The facilities are there. The money is there. They can attract the best of coaches. They can attract the best of players. They can retain the best of players by giving the money that these players would have dreamed about. Generational wealth. So the pull factor is there. And what is the pull factor? Finances, money. Okay? At the end of the day, we're all here to make a living. I'm on YouTube to make a living. Okay? We're all here to make a living. We're all here to make some money. Simone Inzaghi currently is the 17th highest paid manager in the world. I believe he earns 5.5 million per season at Inter. He is being offered a 50 million 2-year contract by Al-Hilal. Quick maths, that's 25 million a year. There's only one coach in the world which earns 25 million a year, and it's the highest paid coach in the world, in Diego Simeone at Atletico Madrid. So Al-Hilal's offer is, you come to Saudi Arabia, you oversee the Al-Hilal project for the next 2 years, and we will make you the highest paid, well, the joint highest paid manager in the world. That is an offer not many managers across the world will turn down. And I feel like Simone Inzaghi is now looking at himself in the mirror and saying, listen, generational wealth. I'm still young. I can go do the 2 years, come back to the Serie A at the age of 50, 52, and I would still be regarded as the best manager in the Serie A. And every club in the Serie A would want me. But I will come back a richer man. I will come back a more experienced man. I will come back having tasted success, having tasted a different experience across the world. It's not like Simone Inzaghi is in the twilight years of his career where he's only got one more big contract in him. No, he can go, make money, experience something different, learn more about the game, and come back to Inter, as wild as it may sound. He can come back to Inter. He can come back to this area. He can leave Al-Hilal and go to another project across the world. He is still young. His prime years are still ahead of him. He is still learning. And at the age of 49, he is showing I can reach Champions League finals. I could potentially win a Champions League final. I can win Scudettos. I can build a team. I can develop players. I can work on a tight budget. But now the opportunity has come for me to make crazy money. For me to operate under a massive budget. For me to oversee an Al-Hilal project. Al-Hilal are the biggest team in Saudi Arabia. Their project, what they're looking to build, the way they're looking to impose themselves on the Saudi Pro League, what they are looking to build and execute, Simone Inzaghi can do it. And 25 million a year? Like, guys, that is 20 million more per season. With not many restrictions. With no financial limitations. A change of life, a change of culture. I'm looking at it and I'm telling myself, based on his response, which is if my conditions are met and if I am granted what I want, I'm just telling myself the fact that there's if, it means it's a thought in the back of his head. And I'm going to be so honest with you guys. I've seen rumours of if Simone Inzaghi was to leave, Allegri would be the replacement. Like, that is the biggest drop-off I have ever seen in my life. Make of it what you want. Serial winner. Tasted success in the Serie A. Allegri and this current Inter team, the trajectory they're on, the project, the players. The Inter play some of the most entertaining football in the world. Allegri has never ever played entertaining football, in my opinion. Allegri will win you titles. Allegri will win you games. But you're now removing the element of entertainment. And as football fans, we want entertainment. Simone Inzaghi was the package. There was tactical brilliance. There was entertainment. There was silverware. There was growth. There was a project which everybody bought into. Now, I'd be a liar if I told you guys the result of the Champions League final wouldn't influence his decision. Because I look at it and tell myself, he's now reached 2 Champions League finals in 3 years. If he loses this final, he might turn around and be like, listen, it can go one of 2 ways. He might turn around and say, listen, I've lost 2 Champions League finals. I've taken this team as far as I can. The reason why I can't win it is because I need reinforcements. I need some quality players. I can't be going into a final relying on a 36-year-old off the bench to change the game. Now, can you guys give me 150 million to spend in the summer to go out and sign the players that I want? If you can't, then I'm heading off. Okay? Because I've reached my peak. I can't win you this Champions League final under those financial limitations, under those financial restrictions. So in my eyes, it's best for me to put myself first. It's best for me to go and earn that generational wealth. Now, somebody else might turn around and say, listen, I didn't win it, but I'm sticking around because I feel like next year is the year. If he wins it, he might turn around and say, you know what? I've got an amazing squad that's just won the Champions League. I can dominate Europe. I can dominate the Serie A. And let's be real, guys. The reward money of winning a Champions League. This is money that can be re-pumped into the squad. So he might look at it from that perspective, which is I've just won. That is the perfect indication as to how good my team is. I'm staying. I'm dominating. I'm building on this. Somebody else might turn around and say, I've won it. So now I've won everything there is. You wanted Supercoppas? I got you Supercoppas. You wanted Coppa Italias? I won you Coppa Italias. You wanted Scudettos? I won you Scudettos. You wanted Champions Leagues? I won you Champions Leagues. But now I want more money. You can't give me that money. You can't give me an open checkbook. So I'm going to leave. And I feel like what makes it such a difficult decision from his end, and I feel like why probably every Inter fan is sat on fire up until a decision is made, is because you can look at it from so many different avenues, from so many different perspectives. And I'll be honest with you guys, I've been watching football for such a long time. Finances play a massive, massive, massive part. Especially the introduction of Saudi Arabia, of the Saudi Pro League. They can offer you money which you would probably never earn throughout your career. 2 years there will have you set for life. And I feel like a lot of managers know I can go for 2 years and come back and still be top of the food chain and still go out and conquer Europe and still go back to playing Champions League football. So why would I turn down these 2 years? An opportunity to go from being ranked 17th in terms of the amount of money you earn to number one, joint number one. I can't see many coaches saying no to it. And especially the fact it's a 2-year deal. I'd love to hear you guys' opinion. It's one of those like topics, those debates. It's a piece of news that's trending, which you can look at it in so many different ways. But I guess time will tell. Now, if you're new, make sure to like, make sure to subscribe. And I will catch you guys on another one.